So this is going to be a quick video, should be at least. We're going to add in different kinds of traps, like lava or something like that, where if you fall into it, you die. We can do this a couple different ways, but let's go to our content drawer. And before we even do that though, let's go ahead and clean up our blueprints folder. I'm going to create a new folder in here, and I'm going to call this one obstacles. And I'm going to grab my different blueprints that are for the like random blocks and stuff like that, move those in there. All right, so we cleaned up a little bit, and we could probably clean this up even more by putting these different world setting things into a folder. So I'm going to go ahead and do a new folder. I'll do world stuff. And I'll drag the player controller in there, the game mode and HUD. And that's pretty good for right now. All right, I'm going to create a new blueprint class, and I'm going to have this be an actor. And I'm going to call it BP underscore ground trap. Open this up. There we go. So for this, we want to set up basically an area that is a trap. So it's going to have a collider on it, where if you roll over it, you lose health. Or maybe just outright die. To do that is pretty straightforward. I'm going to go ahead and go to add, and I'm going to add in a cube or box collider. Yeah, box collision. Take this, bind it there. And I'm going to go to the collision settings and overlap all dynamic works. We don't want this to actually be something you can run into, but we don't want you to like bounce off it. You want it to just pass through and then do something. So then I'll go ahead and take that there, and we can add in a couple different things. We could add in a plane where you set up basically a panel on the ground where you give it some sort of material. I'll do water. That way it's there. And if you go into that water, you die. I'll take the plane and I will change the scale so it fits inside the collision. And compile and save. I'll drag this into my scene, just kind of over to the side. And I will make sure I have that sitting on the ground. Now for this, that's too small, right? So let's go ahead and increase the scale of this only on the X and Y. So I'll make this 10 on X, 10 on Y, and now we have a water trap. Having it stretched out like that, maybe not the best, but for what we're doing right now, it's fine. So we have a water trap, and if I go into it, nothing happens yet. I need to make it trigger something. So, just like with our BP trap item, what do we do here? We did cast a BP player ball on actor begin overlap, lose health. All right, well, that works. Let's go ahead and copy this part, the casting and the lose health. I'll copy this, go to my BP ground trap, go to event graph, and paste. And we'll say, all right, we'll connect that there to the other actor, and we'll cast a BP player ball. And if it's there, then we want to lose health. We need to make a new variable here called points or health to lose. I'll set this to be a integer and replace the variable here. All right, then we'll take the health to lose, and I will set this to be public, compile and save. Now if I go to my viewport, select the ground there, health to lose, I want to lose 99 health. I want to lose all the health, right? So run that. I want the player to die immediately. So let's go there and we'll run into this. And if I hit it, boom, game over. There we go. We now have a death trap. And what could you do with this? You could set up like a bridge where you have to very, very carefully go across that bridge. And if you fall off the sides, you hit ground, or you hit water and you die. You can make it so you have to make a jump over something in order to not fall into the lava, things like that. And yeah, there's a bunch you could do with it. And so the water, I mean, is fine, and maybe that's what you want to do. Just know that when you stretch things out, it can get a little weird. So it might be a good idea to actually like create a custom material or something like that. We can actually just go to our content drawer. And if you click this fab button right here, you can get a lot of different materials to work with. All right, I'm going to search for lava. And filters, price, show only free. And here's this material, lava material. I'm gonna click this. I'm gonna add to my library, then click add to project. So download that lava material to our project. So give it a minute for that to work. All right, so my download is just about done. I'm gonna go ahead and close fab. And when that's finished, it's gonna pop up with the lava material. Now it's important that we actually trim this down. Importing this might actually break it where GitHub won't work anymore unless we do this. So here it comes with maps. I don't need this. I'm going to delete these maps. Delete the whole folder. Back in lava material, we have the materials themselves. We have the textures. And there we go. All right, so we have the master material and we have different instances where they actually used a material class and they make child classes of these different lavas. So that's pretty cool. All right, well, we have that. Let's go to our BP ground trap, and I'm going to go ahead and assign one of these as a material. I'm just picking one at random. File and save. And now I have lava. It's not animated, but it's lava. Clearly bad things. And you can play around with the different kinds of lava they have there. You can try different things, see what happens, see, if there's something you like. Water moves, which is pretty cool. This doesn't really glow, doesn't really do anything, but it's something. It looks like lava, right? Again, this is important. Once you've landed on the materials that you want, for the sake of making this so we can upload this to GitHub, we need to actually go through, and anything that is not the one that you chose to work with, we need to delete. So go through, test, the different materials that are there. Find one you like. I like that one. Let's do that one. I'm going to select all these other material instances and delete them. It's making me save and test that before I do so. So delete. So keep the one that you have, but delete the rest of them. Then go into the textures folder. Make note of the number that you saved. I chose 7. You have all these other textures that are here. You can see the different numbers. The other ones that are for 7, delete keep those, or keep whatever number you keep, and delete the rest of them. This is just getting rid of any unused materials. Now, if you go through and as you're deleting the extra ones, you notice that you get an error where it says, hey, replace references or force delete or whatever. It's like, hey, don't do that. Skip those, move on, do the rest of them. So you have to keep version 1. So MT, mat, one, but you should be able to delete the rest without any issue. So 1 and then whatever number you pick. And there you go. This trimmed down our file sizes a lot, so it's a little bit neater. Now this particular material, it doesn't really have that much of a glow to it, but if you go to your different lighting settings and you decrease the intensity of the light, like for the directional light, I'm going to bring that way down so it's almost dark and make the color itself pretty dark. That'll glow a lot more. And like generally change the colors, it'll show up a lot brighter. All right, well, it's not perfect, but it's a start. And in the next video, we're going to actually learn how to design and set up a level that we can use something called the texture brush in order to actually paint in our level. So that's it for this one. Thanks.